So, yesterday I went and saw Bullet Train, and what did I think? So, remember how in my review of Where the Crows Had Sing, I disagreed with what Rotten Tomatoes said about the movie, how they thought it was bad, but I actually thought it was pretty good. Let me just say right now, if they were wrong about Where the Crows Had Sing, then they are absolutely hell wrong about Bullet Train. Bullet Train is actually a great movie. I loved it. So to start things off, cinematography is good. It is shot quite well. Um, uh, the pace is okay. I mean, it's a 2 hour and 6 minute long movie, and I'll admit that's like maybe for some people it might drag out a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. The sounds and music is pretty good. I'll admit the film has a good soundtrack, and not to mention, there's at the beginning of the movie, they actually play a Japanese version of Staying Alive by Bee Gees. And then, during the climax of the movie, they play a Japanese version of I Need a Hero. Um, and I mean, my only problem with it is, the Japanese version of I Need a Hero should have been longer. Um, but yeah, I mean, still better than that cover of Africa that Pitbull did for Aquaman. But and there's also the song "I Am Always Blowing Bubbles," which is as like the national song for West Ham. And I know a certain relation of mine who was be very happy about that. Um, yeah, if you're watching this, Brian, Bullet Train is a massive recommendation. I don't know if you got my text, but seriously, watch it. Um, uh, the editing is pretty good. I'll admit the film is edited very well. Um, that's for the characters. Our main character, Ladybug, is really good, and as the film goes on, he actually starts to get a lot better. Um, the prince is pretty good. I mean, like the like she like, always like luck that happens for her, and yeah, as the film goes on, she actually starts to get much worse. And and then there's also a tangerine and lemon. They were easily the best parts of the movie. Um, and the thing is, I wouldn't really be a huge fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson as an actor, but I'll admit I absolutely loved his chemistry with Brian Tyree Henry, who of course we'll all know as Fastos from Eternals, but yeah, I thought like they were the best characters in the movie. Their chemistry between each other was brilliant. Um, and they also provide just easily the best humor in the movie. Uh, then there's also can't think of his name, but Andrew Koji's character. Um, he's actually pretty good. And like he's trying to prove himself to his father. Um, yeah, I think the father's him. Yeah, the father. And then there's also his father, was played by Hiroyuki Sanada. Um, and he's actually pretty good. Like he's absent for most of the movie, but whenever we do see him, he is pretty good. Um, and then there's also there's also Bad Bunny's character. I can't think of his character's name, but one thing I will say about his character is that he actually wasn't really in the movie as much as I thought he'd be. Um, but and then there's also Maria. Um, she isn't really in the movie all that much. She spends like pretty much the entire movie talking with Ladybug on the phone. Um, but yeah, she's decent, and what's funny is that she's played by Sandra Bullock, and you guys will remember that Sandra Bullock and Brad Pitt were also in The Lost City earlier this year. Oh, and actually, I wouldn't. This isn't like a massive spoiler, but Channing Tatum actually makes a cameo in this movie as a random passenger. Yeah, how funny is that? Um. Oh, and there's also another cameo appearance in this movie from a particular actor, but I won't give that one away though. Uh, there's also the White Death. Well, makes for a pretty good villain. The only issue with him is his mask. It just looks way too similar to the mask worn by the grabber from the Black Phone. I mean, the only difference being that it's painted red. Other than that, he's a pretty good villain, and Michael Shannon does a great performance as always. Um, the plot is really good. The film actually has a super interesting story, and and I think it's actually executed very well. The narrative structure is also really good. I like how as the film goes along, all the sort of ties between all these characters comes together, and eventually by the end of the movie it's kind of like the entire thing, and yeah, I think it's actually quite good. Um, but yeah, so overall, Bullet Train is a great movie, and it's a much better movie than the critics are making it out to be. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I'll see you guys next time, and bye.